it's more of a detailed overview into each team. We look at their squads, how they qualified, certain games that might be good in this group, and it's not my overall prediction, that will be in a separate video. So yeah, make sure you do check out Group A1 if you have not seen it. Today we will of course be doing Group B. In Group B we have England, Iran, United States and Wales. So the pot 1 team was England, pot 2 was USA, pot 3 was Iran and pot 4 was Wales. England and Wales are from Europe, USA from the CONCACAF, and Iran from Asia. Now we'll start off with England. So they qualified through winning Group I in the UEFA qualifications. They topped it ahead of the likes of Poland, Albania and Hungary with 26 points. And England, this is, if you don't know, I am English. This is my country which I will be supporting at the World Cup. So England, their last few results, well, they haven't been great. The last result, as of recording as well, I must say this because I'm recording this before an international break, which is just about to happen. But as of recording, the last loss was a humiliating 4-0 loss at home to Hungary, a 0-0 draw to Italy, a 1-0 draw to Germany, and a 1-0 loss to Hungary, all of those in the Nations League. So yeah, they're not on the best form. However, in their last major competition, they did reach the finals. That was the Euros. Their manager is Gareth Southgate. And they have a very, very talented team. Some of the players there, you've got Harry Kane, the captain. He is, I believe, actually no. So the most capped player who is currently still getting call-ups is actually Raheem Sterling. I would have thought it was Harry Kane with 77 caps. Harry Kane is close. Harry Kane has the most goals. He's currently got 50 goals. He's only 3 behind Wayne Rooney in the all-time England top goal scoring list, so he will probably be, by the time the World Cup happens, the top goal scorer for England of all time. He is the captain. Jordan Henderson is vice captain. And yeah, some of the names you've obviously got, as I said, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Grealish, Saka, Phil Foden, Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's a very, very stacked team. Maybe the centre-backs are lacking a bit. They have John Stones, Mark Gay, they are good, Tomori, and the left-back area. But other than that, the team is pretty good, and England should definitely be looking to go very far in the tournament, even if they are in bad form. England have appeared at 16 World Cups. Their last appearance was 2018, where they got to the semi-finals. Their best performance was when they won it in 1966, and as of the March 2022 FIFA rankings, they actually ranked 5th in the world. So, as I said, they are up there for one of the favourites for the competition. We move on now then to Iran, who qualified by winning the third round of qualification in Asia. They won Group A ahead of South Korea, the UAE, Iraq, Syria and Lebanon. They topped the group, which meant they qualified directly to the World Cup. This is their 6th time at the World Cup. Their last appearance was at 2018. However, they have not, in those 6 times, ever gone past the group stages. They do rank 21st in the world in the FIFA rankings, so they are no bad team. And I do remember at the last World Cup, they did very well, to be fair. Their recent results, they lost a friendly to Algeria, they beat Lebanon 2-0, and lost to South Korea 2-0. Yeah, they're coached by Carlos Kyrgios. I believe he actually just got reappointed the manager of Iran. I believe it was someone else who was leading the qualifications, but because they qualified for the World Cup, they've gone and got him. The most capped player who still gets called up is the captain, Ehsan Hajsafi. I've definitely butchered that. He's 32, plays for AEK Athens, got 119 caps, which is very impressive. The most goals by a player who currently still plays for him is Sardar Azmoun. He's got 40 goals in 63 games. That is very impressive. And he's the third highest goal scorer for Iran of all time. Notable names who I actually know: we've got Mehdi Taremi, he plays for Porto. Saman Godes plays for Brentford. Alirez Jahanbak plays for Feyenoord. And then there's a couple here which I've seen before, but most of them actually, well, a lot of them do play in Iran, but there are quite a bit of distribution around the world, to be fair to them. Yeah, I do remember at the last World Cup they were put in a group with Spain and Portugal, and I believe they drew to Portugal. They're very close in winning that, and I believe if they did win that, they would have qualified out of the group. They have also, however, they do very well in Asian competitions. They are 2 times the winners of the Asian Cup, and in the last Asian Cup in the semi-finals they reached the in the last Asian Cup in 2019 we reached the semi-finals, and in the Asian Games they're 3 times champions, so they are a very good Asian side. Next up, United States. So they qualified in the CONCACAF third round of qualification. They came third in their group, but ahead of Costa Rica, Panama, Jamaica, El Salvador and Honduras. They did only do it on goal difference. Mexico and Canada finished above them, so not the best qualification process for the States, but nevertheless they did get to it, because their last appearance at the World Cup was 2014. They didn't qualify for 2018 World Cup. They've made 11 appearances at a World Cup. Their best was actually a 3rd place in 1930, all the way back then. I believe it's actually the first ever World Cup, so it's been a very long time. And as of March 2022 FIFA rankings, they were ranked 15th in the world. They've got a very good squad, very talented squad, at least compared to the past. Their head coach is Greg Berhalter. And the notable names got Matt Turner, who's recently joined Arsenal, DeAndre Yedlin, lots of experience, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic, Brendan Harrison, Timothy Weah, Chris Richards, Tim Ream, Brian Reynolds, Josh Sargent, Serginho Dest, John Brooks. So there's a lot of talent here in this team. The most capped player who still does get call-ups is actually, I believe, Gyasi Zardes, with 67. The top goal scorer who gets called up is Christian Pulisic with 51, the 7th highest goal scored for the States of all time. They've got Giovanni Reina as well, I forgot to mention him, playing for Dortmund. Their players are scattered all the way across Europe, but they still have a lot of players who are based in the States, which I think is always good. You do need a couple players who still are playing in the States, but you do need those players outside playing in Europe to give a little bit more experience and different ideas to the team. But yeah, I'm looking at the age of these players. A lot of these are 23, 21, 22. Not many who are actually in their 30s. I can see here, so really promising for the future of the States, and it'll be a good World Cup for them. And finally, Wales. So they qualified through the second round of Path A. So they, I'm not sure. Okay. So they won their Nations League group, and because they were ranked very high, that meant they could go into a qualification round for the World Cup. So they had to play Austria, they beat them 2-1, and then they had to play Ukraine, and they beat them 1-0. And that meant they went to the World Cup. They've only appeared 2 times at a World Cup before. Their last appearance was all the way back in 1958, but they did actually get to the quarter-finals back then. And as of March, they are ranked 18th in the world. So this is the first time in a very long time they are going to the World Cup. Their head coach is Robert Page. Recently signed a new contract. The last few results, they lost to Netherlands 3-2. They drew to Belgium 1-1. Lost to Netherlands again 2-1. Lost to Poland 2-1. This is all in the Nations League, but they are very hard sides to be fair. But as you can see, they put up a fight against all of them, so there ain't going to be any pushovers, Wales. And while they don't have too many big household names, I always find with Wales that they're a very good collective team. Obviously, Gareth Bale is the main man. He's the captain, most capped player currently playing. Actually, no, he's not. Chris Gunter actually has 3 more caps than him with 109, and he is still playing. But Bale is the highest Wales goal scorer of all time with 40 goals. He's the main man. It'll be his first World Cup, and yeah, probably his last. Vice captain is Aaron Ramsey, another big name. But other than that, you've got good players in the likes of Brennan Johnson, Dan James, Harry Wilson, Ethan Ampadu, Ben Davies, but none of these are really big names, which is something I like about Wales. They do seem to have a lot of collectiveness. Most of their players play in England, with a couple dotted around Europe, likes of Aaron Ramsey, Joe Rodon, and Ethan Ampadu. But yeah, it's a very good team with not a lot of individuals, but yeah, I think Wales can do well. England and Iran, interestingly, have never played before, but England and USA have met twice at a World Cup. Wales and Iran have never played at a World Cup each other. Same with Wales and USA. Iran and USA have faced each other at a World Cup, a bit in the 1988 World Cup. So yeah, I think the best game will probably be US England or US Wales maybe. I think there might be a little rivalry, but I think this is maybe the group of death, you could argue, because I think all 4 teams very good teams and won't be pushed over easily. But yeah, I think this is a good group. Let me know in the comments, do you like this group? I think this might be my favourite group. I'm not saying that just because I'm an England fan, but yeah, if you have enjoyed, please leave a like, consider subscribing. I'll see you in another video. Peace.